Hey everyone, it's Louise here. So I've actually had a request for this kind of video. Today we're going to do a packing video because I'm going on a trip. Not just any trip though. I'm going to New York City. But that's not it. In New York City, we're going to be boarding the Carnival Venezia cruise ship, and then we're going to be cruising around the Caribbean for 12 nights. Now, how on earth are we going to pack for something like this? But this is the first time I'm actually packing for a cruise. So if you're an experienced cruiser watching this video and you think, oh my goodness, what is she doing? She's forgotten this, she's forgotten this, she's forgotten this. Don't worry, when I am on this cruise, I will probably start thinking that myself. One thing that I really swear by when packing, and I use this for every single trip, is this packing list here. I bought this a number of years ago, and as you can see, there's still lots of sheets left. So every time I'm going on a big trip where I need to pack a suitcase and not just a backpack or hand luggage, I always use this. There's little spaces as well for you to be able to add items that aren't already listed. You can also add the quantity of the items. This kind of list really helps me to make sure that I don't forget anything. There are some things that you're going to be taking on every trip. Obvious example, passport, money, the usual things, charges. But then there are some things that you might take on a city break, for example, that you might not take on a cruise. So this list does have a very big amount of things, and that means that whatever trip you're going on, you can usually take whatever you want to take on this list pad. You could of course make your own. I'm sure there are plenty of similar things available online. Just find a way that works for you. But I definitely recommend writing a list, because if you don't, you will inevitably end up forgetting something major, like your underwear or your socks. But I am taking a pretty big suitcase because this is a long trip, and it's a trip that's got a lot of different components. We've got city break exploring, we've got long flights, because as you can probably tell from my accent, I'm not in the US, I am from the UK. So we're going to be flying to New York City, and then we're going to be on the cruise, and then we're going to be flying back. Another thing, if you're going on a longer trip, it really does make sense to try and think about what outfits you're going to wear. It's very easy to overpack for a long trip, and the more you pack for a long trip, the less space that you have for things you may want to bring back with you. For example, souvenirs. You don't want to be in a situation where you're then over the baggage limit because you've got too many clothes. Have a think about whether or not you're going to a hot country or a cold country. Obviously this time I'm going to New York City and the weather seems to be pretty nice, so that means that I am not likely to need any kind of huge warm coat or any kind of winter boots or accessories. And then we're going to the Caribbean, which even if it rains is likely to be very warm. Try finding out before you set sail whether or not a laundry and ironing service is either available or provided on your cruise. If it is, that may then influence how many clothes you bring with you. If it isn't, then take that into consideration. You may want to take some laundry detergent with you so that you can hand wash some smaller items through the cruise. There may also be a possibility for you to do laundry on the cruise, or for the cruise staff to do that for you, but this could come at a fee, so please do make sure that you find these things out before you set sail. So this is my suitcase that I'm going to be taking with me. If you are setting sail from the US, and you already live in the US, so you're just going to be driving to the cruise port, that of course means that your packing experience is probably going to be different to somebody that's taking an international flight. So it all depends on your circumstances. This suitcase is my largest suitcase. Even then, it's still not super big. It's got two compartments here. I still have in some plastic bags and a tote bag from last time. I just keep these in the suitcase because I always find that I need plastic bags for keeping laundry in, or tote bags can come in really useful for carrying shopping. This side here, which as you can see is a zip compartment, I do actually have quite a lot of space here. I am going to be using some packing cubes this time around. This is the first time I've ever used packing cubes, so I'll see if I can fit more in with these. So sometimes on cruises there isn't a lot of space, and you need to make use of available space where you can. So I've seen a lot of recommendations for these kinds of hanging cosmetic organisers. So I bought this one from TK Maxx. It was £12.99. You can also get these on Amazon as well, probably for cheaper than that. This is a cosmetic bag, and it opens out like this, and it has a hanger on the top. So as you can see, this is then something that can be hung from the wardrobe. So the packing cube set that I'm going to use is one that I also picked up from TK Maxx. So TK Maxx I find is actually quite a good place for these kinds of travel storage items. It cost me, for this pack, £19.99, which I think is quite steep. You can probably get much cheaper. So in this set, there are 2 mesh packing cubes, 1 undergarment bag, 1 shoe bag, 1 accessory pouch, and 1 laundry bag. Now, overall, I think they're great. The shoe bag is, well, it's hard to tell the size, but here's my hand. Very much depends on how many shoes you have, how many pairs of shoes you have, and also the size of your feet, as to whether or not this will really be of any use. Because I'm taking some flip-flops and sandals that are quite flat, I think I should be able to fit a few pairs in here, hopefully, but we'll see how that goes. This is the bigger mesh bag. This is the accessory pouch. This is the smaller bag. There's the undergarment bag. I guess the true disappointment here is the laundry bag. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't really know what I'm supposed to fit in here. I have now managed to put everything into packing cubes, so at least the clothes that I'm taking. I'm just going to show you how this worked out, and I'm going to show you things that I'm just going to have laying around elsewhere in the suitcase. So I am definitely taking far too much with me. There's no way I'm going to wear all of this. So in the top corner there, we have got the shoes that I'm taking, so don't worry, the ones that are just on the bed have never actually been worn, so there's not going to be any dirt going on there. In the little shoe compartment bag, I actually managed to fit 3 pairs of shoes, so just flip-flop sandal kind of shoes, so that's quite good. That was more than I expected. In this one here, I've got all of the dresses that I'm taking. I'm taking far too many dresses, so let's see if I actually wear all of them. I think I've got about 7 dresses here, and what I've done is you maybe can see, I have rolled the dresses around each other. So here I've actually got 4 different dresses rolled up, and then here I've got 3. So these 2 top ones, the black one and this one, are a little bit heavier, so I wrapped those ones together. And these 4 are very light, so I wrapped those ones together, and it all fits nicely into this packing case here. Now in this packing case, which is the biggest one, I've got basically everything else. So I've got a little towel here. Towels are something that you don't really need to take because they are included, but because I have dyed hair, I don't want to, when I'm washing my hair, dye all of their lovely white towels. So I am just taking this little hand towel. I've just got a little shirt here. Then here I've got 2 pairs of swimming shorts. So I'm going to use those for beach and swimming pool. Here I've got 3 pairs of normal shorts, so just kind of dress shorts. Here I've got vest tops, so I've got 3 vests that I'm taking. Then here I've just got a couple of t-shirts, and then here I've got bathing costumes. So I'm really unsure about how many to take. I'm taking 4. I'm there for 2 weeks. I don't know if I'm gonna use 2 of them, if I'm gonna just use travel wash to wash a couple of them after I've used them. But even so, they'll take a little bit of time to dry, I guess, so it's better to have too many in that case than too few. In terms of miscellaneous items, I've got just a pair of pyjamas here, and then I've got just a random t-shirt. Would we be English and going on a cruise without our Jane McDonald tote bag? Then I've got an orange handbag here. I don't actually have any orange shoes. I thought I did, but it turned out to be these ones, which are actually brown. I can probably get away with it though. I've just got a cap here, some exercise leggings, and here just a pair of jeans. This one here is my underwear. Not going to show you that one. So I'm actually taking part in a cruise gift exchange while I am on board. So I actually have some little gifts here. Of course, I'm not going to tell you what they are though, but if you're a person who received one of them and you stumbled across my YouTube video after the cruise, then I really hope you liked it. It's also going to be Halloween, so what I'm going to do is just take some English chocolates here and this little bag that I bought. So my idea is that I'm going to just leave this outside my cabin, just outside the door with a little sign saying please take some sweets. So it's kind of like a little trick or treat, but, well, me just giving people sweets actually, because nobody's going to knock on the door. I just want them to take the sweets from outside the door. So yeah, we've got some Maltesers here and some Cadbury sweets, so hopefully people will enjoy those. So now I'm going to make a start on the cosmetics. Look at this. So in the top I've got kind of all of the sharp items like tweezers, nail files, scissors, razors. Then here I've just got some different things that I put into, you know, these little plastic containers that you can put your own cosmetics in. Just a couple of other things, and then here I've got medications, and behind that cosmetics as well. Also, I don't know if you can see it here, but whenever I go to TGI Fridays and order wings or ribs, they always bring little individually wrapped hand wipes. They always give you more than you can use at the time, so I always keep them usually in my handbag, because they're really useful for if you're out and about and you end up covered in food, which has happened to me before. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased with this organiser. So this is how everything looks. So on this side, I've just got all of the loose things. I've added this little backpack as well, because I thought this might be useful for when we're on the Caribbean islands. Also thought, yeah, maybe I should bring a first aid kit as well, because you just never know. So I've got this because it's really light, to be honest. So I thought, yeah, it's not going to take up much space or weigh very much. In here I put the couple of bigger liquids and cosmetic items that I couldn't fit into the organiser. Then you can see here, we've got our large packing cube, we've got the underwear packing cube, we've got the dresses, we've got the shoes, and then we've just kind of got everything else just squished in a little bit, but it has worked pretty well. So there's just a few little things that I need to put in now. So I've got a few books that I'm taking with me. I've got a travel pillow that I'll take as part of my hand luggage. I've got this blazer, which I'm gonna just fold slightly and lay across the top of the suitcase. Now that we've done all of this, we're gonna tackle the hand luggage. A word on electrical items. Generally, heavier electrical items, things like laptops, things with lithium batteries, always need to be put into your hand luggage. When you get on a cruise ship, you do have to pay for the Wi-Fi, and it can be pretty expensive, so you might want to take this opportunity for a bit of a digital detox if you don't want to pay for it. If you are going to be paying for the Wi-Fi, depending on what you're going to use it for, depends on whether you would be better with your laptop, with your mobile phone, with a tablet. It's all down to personal preference. Keep in mind that on cruise ships, some items are prohibited, so don't be bringing things like a travel kettle or a travel iron. These kind of items you won't be able to use. They may well be confiscated. These are the things I'm going to be taking in hand luggage. So I'm taking a few clothes just because I'm always paranoid that my luggage is going to get lost, and that wouldn't really make much difference, but it'll probably see me through for a day, possibly two, if anything happens. But anyway, hopefully it won't. I've got a few guidebooks here. Of course, I've got this little one for New York City. The reason that I bought this is because it's got a really nice map in the back, and it's also got a good map of the subway, which this one doesn't have. I'll probably take both with me, not too sure yet. And then I've got this Caribbean Cruise Ports book. It's quite heavy, so what I might actually do is just take pictures on my phone of the pages that are relevant for us. So I'm taking part in a postcard recipe exchange on the ship as well. So I've got my postcards in here to hand out when I get there. I'm not going to read 2 full books on an 8-hour flight. But I just thought, well, I can read one or the other depending on which one I feel most like. Sunglasses, I always carry these in my hand luggage because, well, you never know when the sun's going to come out. And I also don't want them to get squashed. This here, I had a £1 Happy Meal the other day from McDonald's and got this cute little toy. So I'm going to take him with me because, I don't know, might just be some good photo opportunities. Chargers, so I've got the charger for my MacBook. My MacBook is on the other side of the room, of course I'll be taking that with me. Then my phone charger, got an adapter here for the US. I've actually also here got a specific charger for my MacBook charger. Sorry, a specific adapter for the US, which I can then just slot into the charger, and that'll work well. I've got just a notebook here, because I always like to have something to write in. I've got a puzzle book, because I just love puzzle books. Then here I've got a few cosmetics, so if I've got small cosmetics that I think I may need to use on the plane, for example some moisturiser, a bit of perfume or body spray, hand sanitizer, I always take those in my hand luggage. And the same with my hair clip as well, because I know that that could get squashed very easily in my suitcase. Here I've just got, my eyeshadow and a comb. Got a few little magnetic clips, some post-its as well, because, well, I don't know, just thought, well, maybe there'll be a use for post-its. We'll see. This here is something I picked up in Munich a while ago. It's actually a water bottle holder, which reminds me I need to also get my water bottle. Otherwise there will be nothing for the water bottle holder to hold. Of course it does fit normal sized drink bottles in anyway, but it actually has a big strap, so it goes over your shoulder. So it's really useful, because if you, like me, don't have a handbag that you would be able to fit a bottle of drink in, then you can take this with you and it comes in quite useful. It makes you look like a massive tourist though, but hey, that's fine. I'm a massive tourist. So then I'm going to take my diary with me as well. So actually just going to move that onto this pile here. Most important in here, in this little document wallet here, is my passport and my US dollars, so can't forget those. Then I've got a pen, a pencil and a highlighter. Then here, you can see I also picked this up recently from TK Maxx. This sleep mask is similar to one that I got when I went premium economy with Air Canada, which I absolutely loved because it has 2 pieces of elastic on, and it just seemed to fit my head better and, well, my face in general better. Sometimes it's difficult to get them in the right position if they just have one thick elastic strap across the back. So this was something, when I saw it in TK Maxx, I thought, yeah, I definitely need to buy this. So yeah, that is what I am going to be taking in my hand luggage. Ah, and of course, this travel pillow. I'm going to be taking that. Now, I was going to put all of it into my North Face backpack. This is I think it's called the Borealis backpack. It's a really good backpack, very good quality. It's got a lot of padding in the bag. It's got, as you can see, separate compartments here, just a little one in the front. It's got a laptop section, which is really good because there's really thick padding on the back here, which you may be able to see. So the straps have got really good cushioning, and the back also has as well. The only thing with it is, when you've got quite a few things in, it can be quite heavy, so I'm not sure that I want to take that one with me. I think instead I might actually take this one, which is a Carnival camping backpack that I picked up from Sports Direct a while ago. I've travelled with this one to a few different countries, and I've travelled to Canada with it as well, so kind of a similar length flight. It was really good then, and what I like especially about this bag is that although it's only got one main compartment here, it does actually have a little laptop section. It's a really deep backpack, and it's also got all of these side pockets. There's also a pocket on the top here, and then what is especially good is there's a pocket here right at the bottom. Now that fits a lot in actually, and what's great is it's additional to the size of the backpack. So you know, sometimes when you put too many things in one of the pockets of the backpack, it really impacts on the storage that you have elsewhere in the bag. I found that this one was great, and it actually fit a pair of my shoes in. I mean, I'm a UK size 7.5, so I don't have the smallest feet, and it was really good for actually fitting a pair of shoes in for me. And I could fit, you know, some bigger items in the side here, like drink bottles or hair straighteners. So I'm probably going to take this one with me, but I'll put them all in one, see what it's like, and then if I don't like it, I'll just change over to the other. Okay, so that's about it. We've got the suitcase packed, we've got the hand luggage packed, everything is good to go. I've probably packed far too much, I've probably forgotten some key things, hopefully I haven't. If there's anything that you think I missed or any good packing tips or tricks that you think everyone should know about, please let me know in the comments. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll be back with some travel vlogs. So, see you then. Take care.